All right. Hey, buddy. This is Kevin here with LaGrange Coach Matt Napier. Coach, how are you?
Great to see you, Kevin.
It's good to see you, too. I know you've coached in a lot of playoff games over the years I've covered. Gosh, I can't imagine how many. It never gets old, does it? I mean, you work so hard to get to this time of year, and now that it's here, just tell me how excited you are for the guys.
Yeah, as a coach, this is I think this is 22 in a row,
Wow.
22 years in a row making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, it's always good for the kids and the team to see the fruits of their labor, and
Yep.
and so it's an exciting time of year. We're excited about it, and
Yep.
it's a point where it doesn't really matter what's happened in the past in the seasons.
Right.
Everybody's even. You hear it so many times. Everybody's 0-0, and we're looking forward to going and competing and making a
Yep.
run, and obviously we got a big challenge coming up.
Yep. It starts with a really good Lumpkin County team. They made a great run last year. I think got to the third round
That's
of
right.
the playoffs, and this year finished second in the region. A lot of weapons on that team, so I'm sure you're expecting a big time test from those guys.
No question, they were 12-1 last year,
Yep.
won the region, had a 10-0 regular season, and then this year brought back a really good stable of players off of that team last year, and they got put in a tough region with GAC and North Hall, and and they are a very competitive, very well
Right.
coached team. I've got some extremely talented players. I got a Division I quarterback, and so we know we've got our hands full. We know that they're a really good team, and we'll have to do everything we can to
Yep.
do right to have a chance to win.
Right. You look at your ball club, 7-3 record, but y'all played such a challenging schedule. Just run down the teams y'all played, nothing but quality teams throughout the season. How well do you think that's got you guys prepared for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean it's twofold. The first deal is you're battle tested. You
Mhm.
played very well coached teams, teams
Yep.
with speed, teams with talent, and our kids have seen just about everything you could see, and so they're ready from that standpoint. The other fold is you play competition like we have. You're liable to get banged up, and
Right.
like most teams,
Yep.
game 11 and game 12 after a scrimmage
Mhm.
game, you're going to have some guys beat up, and you'll be injured a little bit, but we had a couple off weeks, so
Mhm.
hopefully we've healed a little bit. And it's a twofold deal in this tough region. Everybody we played week in and week out, you've got to be ready to go. I
Right.
mean, these are perennial teams that there's teams in our region that have you take Mary Persons, for example, who's one of the top 10 winningest teams in all
Wow.
classifications in the last 10 years, and they don't make the playoffs this year. So, and we know that it's going to be a challenge each week that we showed up to play, and we think the kids are going to be ready because they've seen those traditional teams that are used to playing,
Right.
used to winning, used to being in the playoffs. So, we'll be at another big time atmosphere,
Yep.
but we think we played in those this year. So that'll help us.
Yeah, no doubt. One of the fun things about the playoffs too is you get matchups that you don't usually see. And this is the first time these two programs have ever met,
Yeah.
so that's kind of exciting too. The chance to go see somebody brand new.
No doubt, it's a long trip. We'll get on those buses tomorrow
Yeah.
and make the travel up there. So you can see why when it's a 3 hour road trip
Right.
in a
Yeah.
bus. So why they haven't played very much. But yeah, it'll be cool. Every coach that I've talked to has talked about the atmosphere at Lumpkin and the stadium being really
Yeah.
a cool setting. And obviously they've had some tremendous amount of success the last couple of years. And
Yeah.
we know that they'll have a great atmosphere. And look, as a coach, as a player, you're going to go play on the road in the playoffs. You want to be in atmospheres that are
Yeah.
competitive, that are what make Georgia high school football what they are. I'm a North Georgia boy and grew up there, so I know how important football is up there. So it'll be exciting for our community and our players and our coaches.
Yeah, no doubt. I know it's kind of, we talked before, it's kind of hard to believe this is your fifth year already here at LaGrange High School. With a lot of help, it's been pretty fun to see this program kind of get back where a lot of people feel it should be. And I'm sure you're proud, not just the way the players that perform, but the way the communities embrace the program. You've got a great coaching staff, so it really is a group effort to get a program up. where it is now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know people know this, but winning is hard.
It
I mean,
is. Yep.
there's so many things and
Yeah.
intangibles that go into winning, and you've got to have that support. Our administration, Coach Bozeman,
Yeah.
Coach Polly are second to none, and then our support from the community. Football has been such a special thing in LaGrange,
Right.
Georgia for a long time. So, as soon as we started getting the program right, the
Yeah.
support came, and we're just our coaching staff and our players are humbled by the support, but we're so appreciative of it. I mean, it's what makes playing high school football special. We need,
Right.
the people are what make this game special, and there's no doubt there's a lot of special people in LaGrange, Georgia.
Yeah, and when you look at this team in particular, like I mentioned, 7-3, the three losses against really good football teams. I'm sure you feel if everything comes together, starts with this week. Obviously, there's no reason why this team can't make a nice run.
Yeah, we're excited about the potential. Obviously, it's 1 week at a time, one game at a time. We've got a quality
Yeah.
opponent in Lumpkin County and know how special they are. So we've got to be ready to go. We got to
Right.
take care of our business, but our kids believe that they're going
Yeah.
to win every
Yeah.
time they step out on the field, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, people like me, we can look at the bracket and think about what could happen. I know you're laser focused on that first game, 1 week at a time.
No
Yeah,
question, no
yeah,
question. Look around in the
yeah.
brackets and look at the other teams. I mean, 5 teams in our region made this playoff.
Right,
We had a team in the private school
right,
playoff. A team just barely got cut short. I
right.
mean, look, we know that we've got good quality teams in our little pod alone. There's 3 from our region,
Wow. Yeah.
with Sandy Creek and Upson Lee. So there's potential for rematches. There's a bunch of rematches all over the state. So we're excited about the opportunity. Looking forward to competing, and
Right.
and look, we'll let the chips fall where they
Yeah.
may. We want to go and prepare one at a time and keep that focus on that. But
Yeah.
it's exciting. Playoffs are always exciting,
Yeah.
and we're looking forward to competing.
No doubt. I know every senior class is special to you, and this was no different. A lot of guys have been with you for 4 or 5 years. Some of you probably knew in middle school. I'm sure to see those group excel not just as players but grow as people. I know that's been special, hasn't it?
No question. We've got 12 seniors.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's a small group of seniors. We've got a lot
Yeah.
of underclassmen playing, but they are special. They're the leaders of our team. They control
Yeah.
practice. They control the way we compete. Wouldn't trade them for anybody in the world. And a lot of them I have coached them even back when they were recreation league players.
Yeah.
I had the
Yeah.
opportunity to coach some of them. So I'm excited about them, excited about the group. And look, I told them at practice this week, last week, I said, look, we don't want this thing to be over,
No.
and our preparation is key to a key contributor
Yeah.
to us keeping this thing going and continuing to play. And look, it's always a sad moment when it's over, but that can motivate you as
Right.
well. That you don't want it to be through. So we're working every day to try to
Yeah.
make sure we find a way to
Yeah.
win, and the kids are into it. And this senior class, their leadership is really special.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun. I think some of those guys you coached in the Textile Bowl, didn't you, one year?
Yeah, yeah. So, and there's a bunch
Yeah.
in the junior class,
Yeah.
right? But there's a bunch: Harris Grace,
That's awesome.
Grice and Cockrell,
Yeah.
and Spencer Stroud. I mean, the list goes on of those guys that
Yeah.
we won multiple
Yeah.
textile bowls. And
Yeah.
we lost one of them, but we're excited about those young
Yeah.
men and their families,
Yeah.
and it's a special time of year for sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be real cool. I'm gonna be out there next week for the Textile Bowl. Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
So.
I can't wait. I always go out, and
Yeah.
always Keith always shoots me a call or a
Yeah.
text and invites me out to the Textile Bowl games, and I've seemed to make it back
Yeah.
out there
There you go.
each year to go check out the future of Troop County.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
exciting.
well, hopefully you'll be doing that after a big playoff win this week.
No
So.
doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt that'll make it a little
Yeah.
more special.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate
Thanks,
you as
Kevin.
always.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.